Harvey here. Hope you're all well. So today is part one of a two-part thing that I'm going to share with you. My thoughts on vibrato and string bending. So today's going to be about vibrato. I think a lot of players kind of use vibrato as kind of like an afterthought, you know, or they just, you know, get to a line, oh, I better do something. I think you can really use vibrato in many ways, and I'm going to use a couple of examples today. So like a subtle use of vibrato, and a more sort of not so subtle, for want of a better word, or a more emotive way of doing it. And I'm going to give you an exercise as well. So let's just talk about uses of vibrato. So yeah, within blues and blues rock, you know, it's kind of really at the forefront of the music. I also want to add that the use of vibrato and string bending, I think that's like our own little DNA or fingerprint. It can actually, in this day and age, with so many guitar players playing the same 5-7 notes, you know, we have to have something that tells us all apart, you know, from the listener and yourself, you say. So I think that's a really good basis to really think about vibrato. So, vibrato. Let's talk about it in just a general sort of technique. There's so many ways of doing it. I'll show you, so you can have a kind of a more, so you can start off really slowly, really, you know, just like, you know, I've got my hand, I tend to use my hand off the neck with my 3 fingers. So my 2 fingers here behind the note I'm going to shake. Now, that's just kind of subtle. You can, you know, you're just working on one note. Or 2 notes. Now the thing, what I reckon about was good about vibrato is you have to stop and do it. You know, you can't just walk. So, you know, you could be shredding away. But if you want to put some vibrato in there, you're going to have to stop and do it. So that gives you instant phrasing, and you're playing with space. Here's an exercise that it's another like a mindless exercise you can do, sitting in front of the TV or whatever you want to do. So I'm in A, and basically, you know, you're just working on your vibrato down a scale. So the best one is the pentatonic scale, and here it is. So you're just, you know, sitting around just going. And back off again, just sitting there. Let's have another example of using a subtle vibrato. So if you want to play a melody, or you're playing a melody, or something melodic, okay, it's really good, you know, to use it subtly. So I'm going to use the A section of Autumn Leaves to explain this to you guys. This is the first line without vibrato. Okay, that's all right. But you know, you could actually like give it a little bit more flavour or seasoning, you know. And seasoning is to taste, so it's up to you how much salt and pepper you want to put on it. So here we go. So we're going to put the slight vibrato on this whole note at the end of this bar. So you're sort of stepping into the vocalist territory. So, you know. You know, without vibrato. Gives it a little bit more spice. And you can do that, you know, this day we're going to play a melodic sort of major pentatonic thing. Without vibrato. Oh. So that's one example. The next example is a bit more emotive. So you can really be emotional using vibrato. And it's really good if you're not in a good mood. Or you're heartbroken, or, you know, one of those. So you can, you know, really give it some real shaking. Yeah, and really get some into that, you know. But, you know, that's the sort of thing you work up to, you know. I just think, like, if you just think about vibrato, it will really help your phrasing. I just also would like to thank everyone that's been sending me messages and making comments and talking to me, you know, when I'm at a gig, you know, saying they're really liking these tutorials that I'm doing. So that makes me happy. And I'm really enjoying them. Let's get playing.